Ford, Toyota, and GM announced new engines that will end electric cars. Now I know what you're thinking, EVs are the future, right? Well, not so fast. These new engines aren't your dad's old gas guzzlers. They're lean, mean, and eco-friendly machines, and they will change the industry forever. Let me explain. Why is this such a big deal? Why are these new engines causing such a stir? I mean, what is new about these things? All of these companies, Ford, Toyota, and GM, always reveal some seriously next-level engines, and sometimes engines that are out of this world, like hydrogen-powered ones and even water-powered ones. So what's the difference this time? Well, this time it's not just amazing, it's also not talking pie-in-the-sky concepts. These beasts are already tearing up the streets. And guess what? They're giving electric vehicles a run for their money in some pretty surprising ways. And here's where it gets really juicy. These engines aren't just shaking up the performance game, they're turning the whole auto industry on its head. If they can match or even beat EVs in the green department, suddenly the all-electric future doesn't look so certain, and to be honest, it is kind of looking like that. Imagine being able to keep your beloved vrooming engine and feel good about your carbon footprint. That's a pretty sweet deal, right? So yeah, this is huge. It's like someone just flipped the script on the whole EV versus ICE debate. The race just got a whole lot more interesting, and EV makers are gonna have to step up their game big time. We're witnessing automotive history in the making, folks. The old school engines aren't going down without a fight, and they're packing one heck of a punch. But how good are they really? Well, let's start with the one that started it all, the Porsche ATH. You see, after Porsche came out with an incredible engine, all of them followed suit. And don't let the name fool you. Sure, it stands for Advanced Turbocharged Hybrid, but it's not just another engine with a fancy turbo slapped on it. No, Porsche's gone and created the superhero of engines, blending brute force with eco-friendly finesse. What does that mean? Well, you get the heart-pounding thrill of a sports car and the whisper-quiet ride of an EV, minus the whole "where's the next charging station" panic. And it cranks out 464 horses and 480 pound-feet of torque. That's like strapping a rocket to a Hulk. And the best part? Efficiency. Porsche claims this bad boy can hit 120 miles per gallon. Sure, real-world driving might knock that down a peg, but it's still mind-bogglingly efficient. And with a 25.9 kilowatt-hour battery, you can silently cruise for 54 miles on pure electric power, perfect for sneaking out for late-night snack runs. To put this into perspective, compare it to the gas guzzlers, and when you do, it's like bringing a lightsaber to a knife fight. It's got all the vroom you crave with none of the guilt. And EVs? Sure, they've got that whole zero emissions thing going on, but the ATH is like the Swiss Army knife of engines. And hybrids? Forget about them. Just think about what kind of hybrid can do this. Nothing, and I mean not even one. But don't just take my word, the numbers don't lie. This is what happens when Porsche decides to flex its engineering muscles. With this engine, you get electric efficiency when you need it, and good old-fashioned combustion power when you need it. No more "will I make it to the next charging station" sweats. But what about hybrids? Well, as a hybrid itself, it doesn't just raise the bar, it launches it into space. First up, we're talking serious muscle. That's not just impressive, it's downright show-offy. Most sport cars are hanging out in the 300 to 400 horsepower range. Even Porsche's own 911 Carrera base model only manages 379. The ATH, it's leaving them in the dust. And usually when you hear hybrid, you think efficient, but kind of boring, right? Well, not anymore. Your average hybrid is putting out a meager 150 to 300 horsepower. The Toyota Prius? A cute 122. The ATH laughs in the face of these numbers. It's like the Hulk decided to go green in more ways than one. But what about those fancy electric cars? Sure, some EVs like the Tesla Model S Plaid are packing some serious heat. We're talking over 1,000 horsepower. But here's the thing, the ATH gives you the best of both worlds. You get that classic engine growl and driving feel, plus the eco-friendly perks of electric power. It's like having your cake and eating it too, but the cake is made of horsepower and the frosting is sustainability. Now the real question is, have they changed the game? The question is how exactly? Let's break it down. The industry response. Well, the first one to respond with a bang was Ford. They're shaking up with their new hybrid engines, and trust me, it's not just another snooze fest in automotive news. First up, meet the EcoBoost Max, Ford's new hybrid superstar. This isn't your grandma's Prius, folks. We're talking about a 3.5-litre Power Boost Hybrid V6, a turbocharged beast that produces 430 horsepower and a staggering 570 pound-feet of torque. This engine combines high-octane gasoline with an eco-friendly electric motor, providing an impressive balance of power and efficiency. Ford's not just slapping these parts together and calling it a day, they're fine-tuning this powertrain to deliver the best of both worlds. Picture this, you're cruising down the highway, feeling that turbo kick in like caffeine rush, but your wallet's not crying at the gas pump, achieving an estimated 22 mpg in the city and 24 mpg on the highway. Sure, not as efficient as the Porsche ATH, but this gives even more power. And why should you care? Well, this is just the beginning. Ford is revolutionizing the perception of hybrids. The EcoBoost Max defies the stereotype that going green means driving a glorified golf cart. And just like Porsche, this is creating a domino effect in the industry. With the ability to toggle between eco-friendly and powerful performance modes, this hybrid is like a superhero with two costumes, ideal for those who want both sustainability and speed. It's a game changer in a world where complexity rules, as it combines practicality with performance. So what does this mean? If Ford's EcoBoost Max Hybrid turns out to wow folks more than their all-electric rides, it's going to shake things up in some pretty big ways for Ford and the entire EV scene. First up, what does this mean for Ford? Well, don't be surprised if they start placing a little more love on hybrids, because tapping into the hybrid market could tap into a whole bunch of drivers who are still on the fence about going electric. For many, charging stations can feel like a treasure hunt, and they worry about needing to plug in at the wrong time. Major stress. Hybrids can smooth over these worries with that sweet gas backup. Every time you brake, it recoups energy, functioning like a piggy bank for power. This feature helps extend the vehicle's range and efficiency while actively reducing wear on traditional braking components. Additionally, the EcoBoost Max acts as a mobile power source, providing electricity for your tools or appliances during tailgates or camping trips, making it not just a vehicle, but also an essential companion in outdoor adventures. When compared to conventional gasoline vehicles, Ford's EcoBoost hybrids sip fuel like fine wine and produce fewer emissions, up to 40% lower CO2 emissions than their gas-only counterparts. This makes them cleaner options without sacrificing performance. In direct comparison with full electric cars, Ford's hybrids provide a more pragmatic solution for the everyday driver, offering the convenience of refueling without the range anxiety that can accompany fully electric vehicles. Ford isn't merely participating in the hybrid market, they're redefining its boundaries. They're demonstrating that hybrids aren't just a transitional phase leading to full electrification, but a distinctive choice with multifaceted advantages. It's akin to finding out that eating your vegetables can indeed taste like ice cream. What's more, a diverse lineup means they can cater to a wider audience. Not every driver wants to go all electric right off the bat, and if Ford can serve up hybrids that can give you the performance rush you crave, they're clearly winning. Now think bigger. What does this mean for everyone else? Well, it means it's time to adapt or get left behind, and you know who responded to this call for adventure? Toyota. Toyota's latest creation, the Hybrid Synergy Drive Plus, or HSD Plus, is here, and they are not messing around. This is a technological marvel that's about to redefine everything you thought you knew about eco-friendly driving. Ever wondered what would happen if a team of mad scientist engineers got their hands on an electric motor? Toyota's team must have been sipping some serious inspiration juice when they cooked up the HSD Plus. You slide into the driver's seat of a car that's not just smart, it's Einstein levels of genius. This advanced electrical system has an intelligence that probably could beat you at chess while parallel parking. It's constantly fine-tuning itself, switching between electric and hybrid modes at lightning speed, adapting to your driving style and optimizing performance in real time. It's like having a genius co-pilot who's always one step ahead, ensuring you're getting the most bang for your buck and the least impact on Mother Nature. And let's talk about that driving experience. The HSD Plus doesn't just deliver power, it serves it up with precision. Every touch of the accelerator, every turn of the wheel, it all feels incredibly responsive and satisfying. It's the kind of driving that'll have you taking the long way home just because you can't get enough of it. And the best part? This isn't just some pie-in-the-sky concept car. The HSD Plus is real. It's here. They've transformed the electric motor into a superhero of smooth, responsive performance. It's like having a sports car and an eco-warrior rolled into one sleek package. Just look at the Prius Prime's new face. The real-world implications. Ever heard of Kaizen? It's the secret sauce behind Toyota's mind-blowing HSD+. Kaizen, which means continuous improvement in Japanese, isn't just a fancy buzzword at Toyota. It's their way of life, and boy does it show in the Prius. Think about it. When was the last time you saw a car that got better with every tiny tweak? That's exactly what Toyota's been up to with the HSD+. They're not just slapping on some shiny new features and calling it a day. No, these geniuses are driving deep, refining every little detail until, well, there is no ending. How does that translate into a car? Well, let's break it down. This thing's got a power circuit and battery that'll make your head spin. We're talking acceleration that'll give your traditional 2-liter gas guzzlers a run for their money. And get this, it can cruise for up to 44 miles on pure electric power. Compare that to the Kia Niro PHEV's meager 26 miles, and you'll see why Toyota's the king of the electric jungle. With 220 horses under the hood, a 0-60 time that'll make your heart race for 6.6 seconds, if you're counting, it's redefining what a hybrid can do. And remember, this is not like Ford's engine in terms of specs, because it's not a V6. This is a 2-liter Prius. And let's talk about that brake system for a sec. Toyota's cooked up this crazy, electronically controlled setup that blends regenerative braking and hydraulic braking. In English, it means your ride is smoother than a freshly waxed floor, and it's squeezing every last drop of efficiency out of your drive. And did I mention the tech? The Prius Prime is loaded with so many bells and whistles, it's like driving a smartphone on wheels. We're talking cutting-edge multimedia systems and safety features that'll make you feel like you've got your own personal bodyguard. You see, unlike what many expected, Toyota isn't just playing catch-up in the hybrid game. They're leading the pack, waving at the competition in the rearview mirror. Power? Check. Efficiency? Double check. It's like they've cracked the code of automotive alchemy, turning boring old hybrids into pure driving gold. It's proof that, with a little Kaizen magic, you can push the boundaries of what's possible and come up with something truly spectacular. The fact that this thing is already here and cruising on the streets puts a lot of things into perspective, and here is what Toyota's track record means in this game. Let's dissect it. Reliability and new tech. What does Toyota's reliability mean for the hybrid Synergy Drive Plus? Well, all of these engines are, well, new. And that means they need more testing to prove themselves in the real world. But this one is different. First off, let's talk about Toyota's reputation for durability. These guys are like the Avengers of the car world, always coming out on top. According to a 2023 JD Power study, Toyota's sitting pretty in the top 5 for vehicle dependability. That's like winning an Oscar for not breaking down. So when you're eyeing that shiny new HSD+, you can bet your bottom dollar that it's going to stick around longer than your favorite pair of jeans. Now, let's rewind to 1997. While we were all jamming to the Spice Girls, Toyota was busy inventing the future with the Prius. Fast forward to today, and they've sold a whopping 6 million of these bad boys globally. And the 2024 HSD+ is like the Prius's cooler, more efficient cousin. We're talking 60 mpg combined, 62 in the city and 57 on the highway. That's not just impressive, that's breaking the laws of physics level stuff. And this is not just about some numbers, it's in the real world. And Toyota doesn't mess around when it comes to keeping you in one piece. The HSD Plus is likely to come packed with more safety features than a bubble-wrap factory. We're talking pre-collision systems, lane departure alerts, and adaptive cruise control. It's like having your own personal bodyguard on wheels. And maintenance? Piece of cake. Plus, these babies are built to last. We're talking 200,000 plus miles with proper care. That's like driving to the moon and back. Oh, and did I mention resale value? According to Kelley Blue Book, Toyota's always topping the charts for resale value. And last, but definitely not least, GM's new engine. Everyone has been focused on the rest of the competition. Well, the GM just said, "Hold my beer," and dropped a game changer that's got everyone's head spinning. The HEC isn't just another engine, it's powerful, efficient, and ready to rewrite the rules of the road. So what's the big deal? Imagine an engine that turns every single drop of fuel into pure, unadulterated driving bliss. It sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, right? But GM's made it real, folks. This bad boy isn't just about fancy numbers on a spec sheet, it's about squeezing every last ounce of power out of your gas tank. With outputs reaching up to 310 horsepower and 270 pound-feet of torque, even in tiny engines, it's like having a tiny Energizer bunny under your hood, delivering non-stop thrills without guzzling fuel like there's no tomorrow. Now I know what you're thinking. How does it pull off this magic trick? Well, sit tight because I'm about to blow your mind. The secret sauce lies in its advanced combustion process and some seriously smart after-treatment systems. The HEC boasts speeds of up to 7,000 RPM, allowing it to maximize power output while maintaining efficiency. The HEC's thermal management system is akin to the world's smartest thermostat, keeping everything running at the perfect temperature. It regulates heat efficiency, optimizing fuel use in various driving conditions. But GM didn't stop there. Oh no, they went full-on weight loss guru on this engine. They've trimmed it down using lightweight materials, including advanced aluminium alloys and high-strength steel. This ingenious design results in significant weight savings, around 70 to 100 pounds lighter compared to older engine models. The net result? A car that handles like a dream, accelerates with gusto, and sips fuel like it's on a diet, achieves an impressive 28 mpg in the city and 39 mpg on the highway, which is no small feat for a V6 engine. Here is where it gets really interesting, folks. The HEC isn't just about raw power, though it's got plenty. It's GM's way of giving a big fat no to anyone who thought internal combustion engines couldn't be green. This engine proves that you can have your cake and eat it too. Power when you want it, efficiency when you need it, and a smaller carbon footprint to boot. The HEC meets stringent Tier 3 emission standards, making it one of the cleaner combustion options on the market. And just when you thought it couldn't get any cooler, GM drops more tech bombs. They're rolling out innovations like dynamic fuel management, which optimizes fuel consumption by seamlessly switching between 2 to more than 12 cylinders depending on demand. That's like giving your engine a power nap when it doesn't need to be fully awake. Additionally, the engine features variable compression ratio technology, allowing it to adapt its compression settings for optimal efficiency depending on driving conditions. Now, I've got to ask, are you as pumped about this engine as I am? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.